Get into this video, please let me remind you that if you like this content, please subscribe and please hit that like button and please hit that bell notification to be notified every single time I post a new video. And with that being said, let's get into this article. Now, I found this article, and of course, this comes to us from Bounding into Comics. Where the headline reads: Robert Downey Jr. on his and Chris Evans' Marvel exit. It was part of the job to get off the bus while it rolled on to other destinations. Now, here's the thing: for me, the fact that Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans aren't going to be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is kind of it's bad because they were Marvel's heavy hitters, specifically Robert Downey Jr. Like a lot of people kept coming, like he was part of the reason why so many people kept coming back to the MCU. It was to see him and his portrayal of Tony Stark or Iron Man, and also with Chris Evans and his portrayal of Steve Rogers, Captain America. And without that, it, it kind of makes the MCU less interesting. Now, and with that being said, let's get into this. So let's get into this article. This is coming to us by Jorge Arenas. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Iron Man star and the leading man of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Robert Downey Jr., opened up about why he and Captain America actor Chris Evans got off the Marvel bus following Avengers Endgame. Now, again, I'll come back to this. Downey Jr. spoke with Digital Spy, where he stated, "We had to get off. We opted to and knew it was part of the job to get off the bus while it rolled on to other destinations." He added, "There's something very sobering about it. I'm glad he and I will be there to welcome others as they retire their jerseys." Robert Downey Jr. had nothing but kind words to say about his co-stars when he asked them about his own legacy. He spoke to Mark Ruffalo and Chris Evans' activism off camera. "I really don't need to look any further than my co-stars. Mark Ruffalo is an activist. Chris Evans is a diehard American and proponent of true democracy." We're not going to get into that. That's politics. That's for another video. He continued, "I don't really have the gumption, the skill set, the drive, or the humility either of those guys do." However, Downey Jr. recently launched his own activism project. Back in June, he revealed the Footprint Coalition during his keynote address for Amazon's REMARS, I hope I'm saying that right, conference in Las Vegas. Downey described the new organization's missions will combine robotics and nanotechnology in order to help clean up the environment. So he's kind of trying to be a real life Tony Stark. Okay. Um, I mean, obviously not as I know we're not going to have the same kind of technology that Tony Stark has in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but still, I mean, maybe someday down the road, who knows, 10, 20 years from now, who knows? I mean, technology's gone so far today, considering back when we thought that there are certain things that were considered impossible. So who knows? I mean, who knows where technology could go? Downey stated, between robotics and nanotechnology, we could clean up the planet significantly, if not totally, in 10 years. The organization is expected to officially launch by April 2020. So that's by next year. No, that's not too long from now, actually. Robert Downey Jr.'s legacy is definitely cemented in Marvel Cinematic Universe history, but it appears he's looking towards a new one that is arguably inspired by Tony Stark. Yeah, see, we just said that. Downey Jr. was officially recognized by Disney at the recent D23 Expo as a Disney legend. Yeah, you should be considered what he did for you. We love Disney legend Robert Downey Jr. 3000 D23 Expo. And now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there. Didn't get my invite. Damn you, Disney. Uh, what do you make of Robert Downey Jr.'s comments on his exit from Iron Man and the MCU? Now, here's the thing. I said, or my thoughts considering his leaving the MCU. Now, I kind of like the way he left. I mean, it did kind of bring everything full circle, especially since he ended it with the snap, basically doing to Thanos what he did to half of all life in the universe. I thought that was kind of poetic, and I also liked that his last sort of real line was the same way he ended the first movie in this cinematic universe, the one that pretty much kicked it off, with the "I am Iron Man," and then he does the snap. I thought that was just beautiful. Now, again, but at the same time, it's kind of a negative on the MCU because he was the face of the MCU, and now that he's not there, And now that even Chris Evans is now gone, it it kind of it kind of kills the enthusiasm of the MCU, at least for me. Because one of the things that kind of always brought me back to the MCU is kind of hoping to see Robert Downey Jr. again, because I just loved his portrayal of Iron Man. Same thing with Chris Evans and his portrayal of Captain America. Now, granted, we still have Chris Hemsworth's Thor. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with me. Um, but it seems like the most we're going to get him is for like two more movies, and then I feel like he's going to be gone. I mean, again, I don't know if that's true, but I mean, we know he's going to be in Thor 4. I'm not calling it by that title because that's fucking stupid. Thor 4, and he's going to. I think we heard rumors that he's coming back for Guardians. So, again, I feel like it's just where are they going to take his character? Because I thought his character arc should have ended when he became like the king of Asgard. Like that just felt like the natural progression of his character. He goes from being the prince of Asgard and then he becomes the king. But now we have Valkyrie. Now I don't know if they have the storyline where like this is kind of Thor backtracking and maybe like his character arc in the next few movies is him recognizing that oh he was meant to be king, and maybe by the end of Guardians 3 he's going to realize that he needs to go back to Asgard and take his place as king. Uh, uh, and I don't know. I mean, maybe who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But either way, other than Chris Hemsworth's Thor, I don't have any other reason to be excited about the MCU. Like, I'm not looking forward to Shang-Chi. I'm not looking forward to the Eternals. I'm not looking forward to Blade. Yes, I'm sorry, but I'm just I'm not looking forward to Blade. Yes, you have Mahershala Ali, and I love Mahershala Ali, but him alone just isn't enough to get me back to or to get my enthusiasm back up to where it was. When Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans were still there, when you still had the original Avengers. Um, I mean, even Black Widow's gone. Scarlett Johansson. I mean, she's only coming back to do her solo movie, but I feel like that movie should have been released years ago. But for some reason, they kept it until now, and they waited until after her character was killed off in Endgame. Sorry, spoilers. So I don't know. So I mean, again, I do agree with what he says. That I do agree that it's good for an actor to know when it's time to like leave. I mean, Hugh Jackman did the same thing with Logan. Like he even I think I remember Hugh Jackman said in an interview to where he talked to I think it was what was his name? Oh, Jerry Seinfeld. And Jerry Seinfeld sort of told him like you have to know when to stop, and it kind of made him realize that he's played this character for over 10 years. Like okay, maybe yeah, maybe it is time to get off, and we got that in one of the best comic book movies in my opinion, Logan. Like that was a great excuse me, like that was a great send off to his character. And we got a great send off to Robert Downey Jr.'s character as Tony Stark. Same thing with Chris Evans. So I do agree. It's good that they know when to stop because even if you love the character, if you keep going on for a lot longer than it needed to be, eventually it's going to get boring. So yeah, I agree with the statements. I agree with the statements here. Like here it is. We had to get off. We opted to. I knew it was part of the job to get off the bus while it rode into other destinations, and I do agree with him. I agree with the statement. It's good to know when to get off. My only problem is that maybe they should have saved him until a bit later in to them introducing these all brand new characters because you kind of needed that. I guess you could say that sort of force that drove people back into the theaters to keep watching the MCU, and then maybe slowly like write out his character. Like maybe you can find him like maybe you could have had him say like okay look you guys are here, you're new, you've got this, I don't need to be here anymore, I'm going to leave and I'm going to go be with my family, like I'm going to go spend time with my wife, I'm going to go spend time with my kid, you guys have this, I'm done. Now again, I love the way they ended this character in Endgame. I just feel like maybe it would have been better if you slowly wrote off his character. as you were introducing these new characters in Phase 4. But now with him just out of nowhere gone, and now even Chris Evans just out of nowhere gone in the same movie, it feels kind of jarring. It feels kind of jarring knowing that, oh, just out of nowhere we have all these new characters and we're just supposed to love them as much as we fell in love with Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor. We're not getting him until way late into the Phase 4, which I don't even know why. I don't even know why they're doing that. That just seems stupid to me. And the Marvel shows, again, I'm not excited for any of those. You guys already know that. But yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching up until this point. Again, please let me remind you that if you like this content, please subscribe. Please hit that like button. Please share this video with anyone whom you think might be interested in this topic. And again, let me know what you guys thought of this topic or Robert Downey Jr.'s comments in this article in the comment section, but down below. I love to hear from you guys. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.